The Baldknobbers.
The Baldknobbers? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Surrounded by Pet Cows podcast.
Yeah.
Endorsed by the Baldknobbers.
Yeah.
I've never seen that shit. Branson, man.
You've never seen the Baldknobbers?
Yeah, I never went to the Baldknobbers show.
Are you kidding me, man? I've been there like at
You have?
least 10 times.
Really?
At least 10 times I've been to that show.
Going to Branson.
Yeah. They before the Baldknobbers comes on, the camera goes up and down the aisle and everybody gets on the Jumbotron. Every single person.
Really?
Yeah.
Every single person.
Yeah. You'd be amazed at some of the shit people do, like when they have their 5 whole seconds on a Jumbotron in a room full of people that they're never gonna fucking see again.
Like what?
Like little kids will just like pick their nose and like old ladies will like just
like
try to
oblivious.
It will no. Well, some of them are. Some of them are very oblivious, and those are the greatest ones,
Right?
Because
Those are
you're
my
just
favorite.
like, yeah. But yeah, and then there's like old ladies that are like, oh, should I flash them? Should I flash them? And it's like, they're old, dude. I'm telling you, this place is crazy. It brings out the craziness in people.
It's
Good old Branson, Missouri.
fucking Baldknobber. Yeah, I can imagine, man.
The Nashville of Missouri.
You think?
I don't know if that's what that's called.
Not even close. It's the Las Vegas of Missouri.
Yeah.
For old people.
Yeah.
It's where the elderly go to Las Vegas.
Yeah, seriously. When they can't afford
They
Las
think
Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know. They have some nice shit out in Branson too, though.
Yeah.
Top of the
I
rock.
mean, I've had fun
Freaking,
there. Had fun there for sure. Don't
Yeah.
they have Six Flags there? Is that where that's at?
No, I don't think so.
There's a Six Flags in Branson, isn't there?
Maybe. No, there's a Silver Dollar City.
That's what it is.
Boom.
Gotcha. Boom.
That one's awesome too.
Nicely done.
It's a good time. But fuck. I want to go to some World of Fun though.
Yeah.
Supposed to go on Saturday.
Guess where we're going next week?
We're going to goddamn Vegas, bro.
Viva Las Vegas.
Bachelor party,
Viva
bro out.
Las Vegas. What?
I plan on raging is the entire time.
Going hardcore.
Going hard.
Going hard in the paint.
Because you get free booze in Vegas. If you do it right.
Well,
Let's go.
I mean, you gotta sit on those penny slots for sure.
You got to sit on. I'm telling you, nobody listens to me. Just go to the bar. You put $20 in the video.
You
poker
drop your
slot.
pants and you say, "What is this worth to you?"
You sit there. You talk to each other. You hit the button once a minute, and you get hammered.
Once a minute, huh?
Once a minute, you don't even have to spend money if you don't want to.
Well, look at that.
Boom. Plus,
Look
I win
at
money
that.
on video poker. Video poker's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never won money on video poker.
dude,
I stay away from that.
I like it.
I always check the slot machines, but I like the slot
Give me
machines
some
that
wilds.
have
Give me some
like.
Deuces Wilds. Let's play.
Well, I like the slot machines that have the multiple combos. There's like a box over here that'll spin or whatever, and then there's like 3 different boxes on the right, and then like the lines can go like any which way or whatever. Those are my favorite because
Okay.
I feel like I win all the time on those.
Well, there you go.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I never win in all the time on any slot machine.
I normally
roulette
try
is
to win
where
like $20.
Where I'm loving right now.
I'm normally winning $20 every time I hit one of those slot machines.
Yeah,
It takes me a while. Like,
Seriously.
I'll go down and then eventually get up. But yeah,
That's what I mean. If you get up $20 on a slot, just freaking cash it out.
cash it out and go to a different one.
That depends on your strategy. If you're low, if you're hitting minimum bet, do that.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, my freaking dad's been hitting big at the casinos. I don't want to jinx him or anything, but freaking, he has certain machines that he just like goes to, and they freaking always pay out. It's insane. He's won like over $1,000 3 different times in the last 3 months.
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
That's good money right there.
isn't that crazy? Freaking retired ass.
Shit, yeah, right. That's what I'm gonna do when I'm retired, man. Fucking go gambling and go to the sports
Telling
book
you, dude.
and.
So are you
all that
looking forward to retirement? Is that like your goal?
What do you mean? Is that my goal to retire? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna retire someday. You kidding me? I ain't gonna work forever.
Yeah, but
Fuck that. Life's way too short for that.
well, yeah.
I ain't messing around
Sure,
with that bullshit.
sure. But what if you found something?
Sorry, I'm very animated about this subject, but like
What
God
if you-
damn it, I'm totally gonna retire. Like,
That's the crazy thing, though.
All right,
okay,
sorry.
so
let
if I stay in the job
me
that I'm
goose
in-
Fraba over here. Let me calm down. All right, go for it. Say
If
what
I
you-
were to stay in my job that I have, I could retire from it.
yeah,
But think about people who are like stand-up comedians or that love what they do.
yeah. They
People
do
like
it
that
forever.
want to do that till they die.
Yeah, never stop.
Never stop.
Never stop. Never settle.
And that's what's just crazy to think about. Like, what route do you want? It's so easy to stay on the route of I'm gonna stay at this company and be there for 40 years and retire.
Yeah.
But what does that mean about your life? What did you do? Did you do everything? Like, did you live your life to the fullest at that point? And that's what I always think about.
Well,
And it seems more meaningful or impactful to like create, especially living in America, that you can freaking free enterprise. You can go make real money doing other shit, especially if you're smart about it. There's plenty of people who are uneducated that make a lot of money. Why an educated person? Why aren't people out there with businesses and shit like that? Like, it's because it's such a risk. I know
because
that people have families, but
it's upfront costs.
and capital. That's what we don't have.
It's
or I
capital
don't
and
have.
assets.
Yeah.
Like
But someday-
that's what I think people that are born into wealth, I think that's what they don't understand, like how hard it is to like build capital or assets, especially when you come right out of college and you're already in debt.
Yeah, but you can
Like
get a
you don't
loan,
want to
know?
get in any more debt than you're already in necessarily.
Sure.
Unless you really believe it, because I mean, the more debt that you're in, the more risk it's going to be, no matter what.
Yeah.
that your risk grows with how much debt you already have if you want to try to start your own company or whatever.
Yeah.
But people that are already born into wealth and that already have that capital and that assets, they can come out of college and just start their business.
Sure. Sure.
They don't have to wait around. They don't have to try to get another job in another field. They can work on whatever it is they want to work on and get it going. So that's the advantage that rich people have in this country, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that. I mean, I always
That's
harp
the
on
thing.
rich people, but all rich people aren't bad. So I mean, it's not everybody, but there's enough of them. So.
But how many people are just lazy, who just don't want to
Oh
do
yeah,
anything?
there's always going to be those people. You're
Sure.
never going to get rid of those people
Not that
ever.
you're going to get rid of them, but do they deserve to? I don't know.
What, survive?
Well, yeah, they should be able to survive, obviously. If you have a job, you should be able to survive. But is that true? I hear statistics like it takes 3 months to pay the rent for some people. And I don't know if this is in certain cities or what. Okay.
In New York, I believe it.
Did I just say it takes 3 months or 3 jobs to pay the rent?
Yeah.
Like,
You said
I can work at McDonald's and pay my mortgage.
But I knew what you meant. 3 jobs. Gotcha.
Like, I make a good living, but in a middle class living, and if I worked at McDonald's, I could pay my mortgage.
You think
but
so?
I wouldn't have much money left over. Absolutely, that's kind of why I got into the house that I got into, because I was like, shit, I could work at freaking. I could. Yeah, I mean, it's $750 a month. I mean, how hard is... You could Uber drive and do that.
Right,
If
but
you
I mean,
just-
your mortgage isn't the only thing you have to pay for, though.
No, absolutely not. But when I hear that, like, statistic, I don't know.
Well, you also don't have kids either.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have kids on it. That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, it is.
People will
fucked.
fall into that trap, man.
Yeah. It's just... But they're saying unemployment's at an all-time low. I mean, for at least... I don't know if unemployment's at an all-time low, or if it's just for, like, blacks and Hispanics.
I'm not 100% sure, but
it's down.
But I mean, people are employed, but they're still not making any money.
Sure.
So, I mean, it's good, but it's not.
It's not good. It's not.
Yeah,
good.
it's not. It's
Yeah.
not where it needs to be, though. So
What are the odds that we'll get some sort of legislation of like a universal income? I mean, like, what's it going to take
Well, here's the dilemma that you run into on the universal basic income. So, let's say you make the machines. Let's say I invent a machine that replaces. Let's say I invent one of the automatic semis, one of the self-driving semis, right?
Okay.
And I replace the millions of truck drivers we have in this country. I replace all those jobs because of my invention. So if I created that and I own the patent on that, how is the government supposed to take the money from my invention and distribute that to everybody else? Does that make sense? So how does the government have any ownership of my invention? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, they can tax me and take my taxes, but that's not what we're talking about here.
Okay.
We're talking about replacing all those jobs for all those people.
Yeah.
So they're going to need the income that is going to be. The income is going to come from the production of my invention.
The revenue?
Which is not the government's invention. They don't own that stuff.
Yeah.
So they don't have access to
You're saying your
the money that I'm
protected
making
from the government.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like who owns that product or that machine that replaced all of those jobs.
But do you have an obligation to pay taxes just because you live here, just because you're a citizen?
I mean, you should pay your taxes, yeah.
But I mean that even if you're profiting off of the machine that you patented, you're still.
Well, I mean, you'll have to pay taxes on that anyway.
Like income tax, all that shit.
Yeah. I mean, whatever income you make off of that automated machine,
you're obligated to the country.
Yeah, you're still paying your taxes, but
you're leasing your life.
But
for the most part,
if
right?
if you're just paying your regular taxes, that's not going to be enough to have a universal basic income for all of the jobs that you just replaced. That's the thing. Like, unless you increase my taxes to cover that, that's the only way to do it.
That's what's crazy too. Is like, how is that sustainable?
But then, what are you gonna have? What are you gonna have a rate for specific individuals, or how many different brackets are you gonna have? That's you get into a whole mess in that situation too.
God, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. So.
It's a crazy
But
time,
I mean, but the only other way that I can think of that it would work would be for the government to pay for whatever the machine or whatever the invention is, to pay the owner of that machine a set sum of money to where that guy, is never going to have to work a day in his life, basically. Pay him a shit ton of money for the invention so that they now have ownership of that, and then that they can use the money that machine produces and distribute it back out.
Yeah.
But the easiest way is going to be to increase taxes. It's just, who do you increase it on? How much do you increase it? And like, how many different tax brackets are you going to have? That's the only other way to do it.
It's also complicated.
But then again, you could also do it this way, where you could be like, hey, here's universal basic income, but let's say you already make $80,000 a year and you don't need that universal basic income and you opt out. Maybe you get a tax incentive for opting out. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, that money can go to somebody else,
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, rich people don't need it.
Right.
So.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of the idea. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just the rich are trying to. It's basically what it boils down to is trying to get the rich to subsidize the poor, because the poor is struggling and the government can't do anything about it. So
that's just human nature. It's just like power. It's just like, why should I? That's kind of the mentality.
I got mine, so why should I?
I created this. This is a product of what I did.
Yeah.
Why share it with anybody?
Right.
So.
Because I'm going to live forever, so why share it with anybody? Because, I'm immortal.
And I'm not saying everybody does that, but
Yeah, it's not that bad of a thing.
and
but
people
it
have their
still
charities.
exists.
But it is just weird to think about that we could feed the world. I mean, we really could at this point. There's enough food in the world to feed the world.
No question about it.
So that's the thing. It's just like that gap, and it's because of
Greed.
And sure, it's about greed, but it's also just about where humans have come from and the freaking path that we've been on. Like, this is a new age. This is a total new age at this point.
That's true.
And it's changed so rapidly, so fast, and we're still young. Like, we're still young in that regard. And this, like, the fact that things are increasing exponentially, but it's the beginning phases of that is what's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
So it's a crazy time to be alive, man.
I know, man.